Today I'm going to be reading from my notes about my political philosopher paper based on Karl Marx. On my first note, I mentioned that his idea was there was alienation or separation under capitalism, which just basically means that they're separated from, like the big tech or corporate giants from just being like a worker or whatever. I go in to say Marx believed that workers can feel disconnected from their work because they do not really control what they make. They put their time and energy into something, but at the end of the day, it belongs to the owner, not them. So that's to say, you can put all your time, your energy, your thoughts, your brain processing into making this product work, making this company make all this money, and you're getting your stipend as a worker. Of course, you're getting your stipend, and like you're just building towards this company. You're not building any original thoughts, any original ideas, something that could make, everybody some money, and not just this specific like bourgeois, I don't know if I said that right, but this certain level has all the money, and they're controlling you in a sort of way. I go on to say he also believed work should be something meaningful because people are naturally creative. That's saying what I meant to say is, though, you can have all these ideas and you can have yourself as someone, but you're working for another person. You're working to make them money. You're working to make this country or something money, while you have these ideas as well, and maybe you can make yourself some money. But with capitalism, you're building towards something. You're building towards this system to have this money. Like the United States, you can build towards all this. We have all these working industries, and that's why we have taxes, so the United States can be better in a sort of way. Under capitalism, people can start to feel like they're forced to do it. They're forced to do this so they can survive or make money or eat, pay, like keep up your humanly rights on earth. And that's not necessarily right, so maybe that's where you can feel alienated at, or like a separation from some people, because you have all these people doing all this, they have all this money, and you're working to eat your human right, your human need. You're working to have shelter, you're working to be clothed. That can start to make workers feel like they're being used, or like being separated from their own selves, because you're spending all this time away from home to build this system, away from your families, friends, your comfort zone, your inner circle, to make this product work in a way. I also talked about capitalism can separate people from each other. Instead of feeling connected, workers can start competing for jobs and stability. I compared Marx to John Locke because Locke saw labor as a way to own property, but Marx saw capitalist labor as something that takes control away from the worker. So you can have all these things, and it's like that you can have a different perspective, because John Locke might be thinking from, a worker's perspective, like an owner's perspective. It's like, okay, I have all these things and I want to keep up with them, so I should hire workers. But you're not thinking from a worker's perspective, where it's like we're working to survive while you're just like taking it all in a way. Overall, I learned that Marx's idea of alienation is not just about money. It's about how work can affect people's lives, their freedoms, and how connected they feel to themselves and others. So you don't want to overwork yourself. You want to have enough work, of course, but you don't want to be worked to death where you can't feel freedom in a way.